Hi, and welcome back to At Arm's Length. Today we're going into the kitchen. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I sort of volunteered myself, quit twisting my arm, to put together a meal for our Super Wednesday church meetings. We have bell choir and voice choir and Jesus jammers and all kinds of things, and we decided in October that we would get together and share a meal before we went out to our different tasks. So I'm doing everything for the meal, so it should be interesting. I'm going to show you now something that I learned in California at a bakery that I used to work at. When I worked for the Butterfly Bakery in LA, Liz Brooks, who was a very dear friend, God bless her, used to make chocolate croissants. And for this meal tonight, I'm making chocolate croissants and peanut butter croissants because I make chocolate things like chocolate caramels, and I make chocolate waffles, which I'm going to make tonight. But there are enough people that went, you know, I can't eat chocolate for whatever reason, I don't like it or I'm allergic to it, that I had to create other things. So we're making peanut butter croissants as well. So you just put a little bit on, not too much, and I do 3 of them, and then the things that fall out I add to the 4th one, because I usually have a heavy hand in it because I love candy of any sort. So I'm doing this a little bit early so they have time to rise. I guess I did a good job measuring those out because I'm adding a little bit more. Okay, now I have 4 of those to make, and I'll let them rise and get on to the next thing, which will be waffles. Let me show you the recipe for this. So get your pens and papers ready. Oh, what the heck, I'll just read it to you. 1 cup of melted unsalted butter, 1 3/4 cup sugar, 8 tablespoons of cocoa, 4 eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2½ cups of flour, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now that is for the chocolate waffles. What I've done is I've incorporated different flavors. See? Extemporaneous noise. What I've done is incorporated different flavors. I'm going to be making peanut butter ones, and right now I'm going to be making pumpkin ones. So, okay. Now I've mixed all the ingredients together except the essence of it, and what we're going to have the essence of it today is pumpkin. So what I did was, let's see, whatever it says for, this is in an old jelly thing because I took it out of the can earlier. What you do is you substitute whatever you're putting in there, like for instance peanut butter. You put in a cup of peanut butter, or if it's chocolate, you put a cup of chocolate in there, Hershey's chocolate. Not that I'm a name dropper, but Hershey's, absolutely the best. Oh! Now something, I did this a test run last night, and I put in just the pumpkin mix, and I have a can of it, I'll show it to you. This is the kind of pumpkin pie mix we use. With a little bit of cinnamon in it. And voila! How brilliant is that? Doesn't that look pretty? Okay. Now, I have burnt my fingers so many times. This is how I take it out of the waffle iron. I score it, and then I lift up the corner and scoot this in. And of course, if it doesn't slide, I'm doing good. Well, we've come to the last part of the waffle making. And there's actually a little history behind this, and it starts right there. My mother moved to Boalsburg when she was 1 year old in 1922. She was born in 21. And her mother and father and 3 sisters and a brother lived in that building over there, right across the street from the church. So they've been lifelong members of this church. And in fact, my mom said at one point, I've been here since since I was in diapers. And if you knew my mother, you'd appreciate this sense of humor. She said, and I'll probably be in diapers when I leave here. So anyway, her mother, Marie Whitehead, that was the chocolate that I just put in there. Marie Whitehead used to make chocolate waffles every Sunday night. And my grandmother was either very, very inventive or incredibly lazy. I like to think inventive because I got that from my grandmother. She had the electrician put a receptacle in the middle of the dining room so she could plug in her waffle iron and she wouldn't have to go back and forth to the kitchen when she made these chocolate waffles every Sunday night. And there was a boy, his name was Bauer, and Uncle Bauer had to make the homemade ice cream while his 4 sisters picked on him. And there's a lot of wonderful memories that my mother and all her sisters and my grandmother as well used to tell me about some of the things that happened over there. One of my favorite stories was the Whitehead family adopted a parrot from one of the fraternities, and it used to be put out on the sun porch, and it learned some things that some people might not consider very respectful to women. And whenever a woman would walk down the street, it would whistle and go, "Hey baby, what's happening, huh?" So we've got this all mixed up, and we're going to put it in there. Oh, I forgot the vanilla. And as you can tell, I measure everything. Everything's precise with me. I am the bald northern Paula Deen. But I don't have cute sons, so I guess that's where it stops. So I'm going to plug in the waffle iron, and when it comes out of the hot waffle iron, I'll show you the good stuff. Well, here's the finished product. Well, most of it. We've had a bunch of people come and eat some from it. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I'm glad I got to be with you today on the cooking show. Thank you for tuning in to At Arm's Length. Buckle up. You never know where you're going to be, where we're going to be, whether we're going to be in the past or in the kitchen. You never know. Take care of yourself, and God bless.